Niger State is stepping up efforts to scale rice production to 10 million tons by 2030. Governor Omar Bago made this known while receiving a delegation from the Africa Rice Center in Minna. Chineme Bamei has the story.
Africa currently imports about 15 million tons of rice annually, despite having the right climate and soil to be a leading exporter. In Nigeria, rice output is projected to reach 5.6 million tons by 2025, still below its full potential. Experts blame this on limited access to improved varieties, climate change, and insufficient support for local farmers. The Niger State Government says it is working strategically with the Africa Rice Center to bridge these gaps. The organization, which brings together 27 member countries and is headquartered in Côte d'Ivoire, will provide technical support and improved seedlings.
The ambition and the commitment of His Excellency and also the Niger Foods Company, because the target is actually to increase rice production in Niger State alone by 10 million tons in 5 years. To give you an example of the significance of that is that right now Africa is importing 15 million tons of rice a year. So if at all Niger State alone is targeting to produce 10 million tons, you can imagine the significance of such an ambition. That's the reason why for Africa Rice, it's highly important for us to partner with Niger Food and also Niger State so that we can be able to ensure we'll have food security through rice self-sufficiency in Africa.
A lot of topo survey is being done, hydrological surveys are being done. Irrigation plants and investment in irrigation is on the way. If you remember, just of recent we signed an agreement with Dangote Rice to produce rice. He has started the construction of the largest rice mill in Africa, here in Niger State. It means that we need to produce the paddy that will feed that rice mill. And that is why we ran to African rice. We went to Bouaké in Côte d'Ivoire to call them for partnership, so that we can have better seedlings, we can have better agronomy, we can have better extension services, so that the rice yield will increase. This will transition our people from poverty. This will change the landscape.
Governor Bago expressed optimism that a partnership will boost productivity and strengthen Nigeria's food security drive. The collaboration is expected to deliver high-performing, climate-resilient rice seed varieties, as well as training for extension workers to equip farmers with modern techniques. Chineme Bamei, TVC News, Minna.
Now, TVC News senior reporter Chineme Bamei joins me on the news for more updates. Chineme, thank you so much for joining us. Governor Omar Bago says Niger State wants to push rice production to 10 million tons by 2030. You know, on paper it sounds inspiring, but looking at Nigeria's national output projection of 5.6 million tons by 2025, does it appear like Niger State's target is realistic?
Hi, Shita. It's quite an ambitious plan for the state, and they're doing all that they can right now, seeking technical support to be able to achieve that, especially getting support from the Africa Rice Center to get improved seedlings. And, you know, in the last couple of years, about 1 to 2 years ago, they were able to acquire quite a number of tractors to support mechanized farming. You know, if that is properly utilized, this plan is not perfect. It's something that is realizable. Just a couple of months ago, they were able to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Lagos State Government to farm for Lagos State, and they're doing that with quite a number of states as well, and some countries outside Nigeria. So it is realizable once the technical support is right and they are able to utilize the mechanized farming in partnership with the local farmers. I think that's possible.
So even with improved seeds and training, you know, climate change and insecurity are very big challenges. We've seen herder farmer conflicts and banditry displays many farmers in Niger State. So if these threats persist, do you think technical interventions alone can really guarantee food security?
Absolutely not. Technical interventions alone cannot achieve that, which is why you need requisite security on ground, especially within areas where rice farming is going on, especially in the Niger East Senatorial District. That's where you have majority of the rice farms and some portions of the Niger South senatorial district as well. And so far, Niger South is, I think, the most secured area, but you still have security threats here and there around the Niger East, which I think the government is doing all it can to curb it. You don't have much of farmer header crisis here, but what you have is displacement by bandits. Once in a while, they keep raiding some of those interlands that scare the people away and keep them away from farming. So if the government really wants to achieve this, they must ensure that security is restored in those areas so that these local farmers, the smallholder farmers, can contribute to the bigger picture as well. If not, mechanized farming alone might not achieve that. We still need the efforts of the local farmers to supply to the local market as well before this can be achieved.
Absolutely. It's actually a bold reform that the government is bringing up. Senior reporter Chineme Bame